Hi everyone, and welcome back to this course on Google Sheets. In this lecture, we will talk about pivot tables. Now, pivot table needs no introduction. They are the best way to summarize and aggregate our data and show it in a separate table. To give you a demonstration, I have downloaded a sample sales data set from Kaggle and uploaded it to Google Sheets. This dataset contains 2,800 rows and over 25 columns. In order to create a pivot table, click on Insert and click on Pivot Table. The dialog box that appears allows you to change your data range and gives you by default the entire data set in this sheet as your data range. You can choose to manually update the formula here or choose to use your cursor to select the data range. Further, Google Sheets asks you if you want to create your pivot table at a certain position in the existing sheet or if you want to move to a new sheet and create a pivot table there. Usually, we all prefer to create our pivot tables in a new sheet as it gives you a wider space. So, click on Create. The moment you click Create, a new sheet is inserted and the pivot table editor dialog box is opened. That also allows you to change your data range if you want to. Further, it also gives you certain suggested pivot tables that you can either choose from one of them, or if you want to start from a fresh pivot table, continue further. The next steps are as follows. To create a pivot table, you choose certain columns as rows, you choose certain columns as columns, and then the most important things are the values. Let's say I want to show a pivot table by country. So I will choose country under rows. Further, you can also choose the order, ascending or descending, and if you want to show the totals. Usually in pivot tables, we do tend to show the totals. Columns are a further addition. If you, let's say, want to show the sales over country by deal size, then a further division will happen of the entire set of values by the deal size. Remember, this is not compulsory and it is optional. You might or might not want to have it depending upon the flexibility and the data set that you want to show. The most important thing comes now, the values. Let's say you want to show the sales and you want to show the sum of sales. So you can choose the sum of sales and show as default. Awesome. Your pivot table is ready. In this pivot table, you are showing the sum of sales of different countries by the deal size. And also, you are showing for every country the different sales in different deal sizes and the total. And further, for all the different deal sizes, you are showing the sum of sales for every country and the grand total. This is the way to create a pivot table in Google Sheets. There are further a lot of different options like filters, summarize by, sort by, order by, showing or hiding the totals, and further options under the pivot table, which we will see in the upcoming lecture. I hope this was a good introduction about pivot table under Google Sheets. Thank you.